Alright, today we're going to talk about this Watara Supervision portable. If you don't know about it, I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a second. But this 1992 portable is getting a new game. Yes, a new game. Alright, the Watara Supervision, it was released back in 1992 and is most notable for its lower price point than the Nintendo Game Boy, coming in at about $49.95 back then, which according to Wikipedia, that's about $89.18 in 2018, so probably closer to $90 now. Anyway, if you don't remember this thing, that's probably a good thing. For those of you that do remember it, you probably remember seeing the ads in the back of Electronic Gaming Monthly or the back of Game Pro and things like that. I think the only magazine I can remember actually covering anything for the Supervision was Game Pro. Now, I don't know if that's because everybody else just passed on this thing, or maybe the people at Game Pro were just I don't know. Anybody remembers Game Pro, they know what I'm talking about. Anyway, there was about, according to Wikipedia, there was about 66 to 69 games or so released for this, this little console. Oh, excuse me, portable. And really, there's nothing, according to the game list here. There's really nothing all that striking standing out to me. Super Pang by where'd it go? Super Pang by Satchin was I looked it up. That's not an official release of our port of the arcade version. So yeah, they pretty much had a Chinese ripoffs of popular titles here. Balloon Fight is one that's on here that was released by Thin Chin Enterprise, and that was pretty close to the what you remember playing on the Nintendo Game Boy. Excuse me, the Nintendo NES. I'm not sure if Balloon Fight was actually released for the Game Boy. Anyway, going back to the technical specs on this thing, it was an 8-bit 65C02 processor at 4 megahertz. For the time, that's pretty good, especially for a portable. I mean, yeah, you had the Atari Lynx, 16-bit processor and color screen and all that, but come on, the screen was low resolution, and at least the games were notable. It's on this one, the screen was 2.37 inches by 2.37 inches, which contained 160 by 160 pixels, four gray shades, and no hardware video acceleration. That means graphics had to be drawn by the frame buffer in software, according to Wikipedia. Powered by 4 AA batteries or a 6-volt AC/DC adapter. It had 2-player capabilities, cartridge port, of course. TV adapter. This is something I want to talk about. The TV adapter apparently gave you the option to play games on your TV, obviously, but it gave you where was it? I believe it gave you 4. It let you play games in 4 colors instead of 4 shades of gray. I'm not sure. Maybe depending on the game, that was probably a good thing or a bad thing. I'm sure a lot of games were not optimized for this. They apparently they were going to come out with a full color adapter, but that obviously sales were horrible for those Supervision, and that little adapter was not only scrapped, but apparently there were several games that were in the works for it, and those were dropped also. Maybe those would be on one of the abandonware sites or one of the sites that documents these things. Interestingly, there was they seem to have pulled a 3DO style release for this thing. It was all over the place. They farmed out international marketing and distribution to third parties, which created platform releases called the Quickshot Supervision, the Travel Mate, Hartung SV-100, and the Electro Lab in Argentina. And there was the standard Game Boy looking version, and then there was a version that would the screen would tilt, kind of like Nintendo DS and 3DS. You couldn't close it, but you could tilt it to, I guess, get a better angle. So this screen was not backlit. Anyway, let's talk about the actual game that's coming out. It's called Assembloids. Now, for y'all that don't know, Assembloids is it's a puzzle game, and the idea is the screen's broken up into 5 squares, top, bottom, left, right, and then one in the center. The object of the game is to take the center square. There'll be a portion of a face, well, 1/4 of a face, bottom left, bottom right, and top left. Now, on the color platforms, these faces all have different colors, and as you assemble them, your goal is to make as many faces as you can using the correct tiles. Now, this is harder than it sounds. The problem with doing this is pretty much like trying to get a Tetris in Tetris. You can set it up all day long, but you're pretty much at the mercy of the game to actually give you the piece you need, and that's pretty much what's going to happen here. You're at the mercy of how random the developer made the pieces. And you may be trying to assemble a face that's using some of the rarest pieces available, which would suck. But basically, the portion of the face shows up in the center, and you push left, right, up, or down to send that piece to that square. And if you complete a face using all the same portions, then you get a lot of points. You still get points for completing a face using any combination of the 4 different quadrants. Which it's at least they don't mess you over there. I mean, you do get something, but I mean it seems like a simple game. As you play, you're going to find out it's not as simple as it sounds. It's it gets complicated quick, especially when you have near perfect faces, but you need one piece, and on each of them in a different quadrant. And the game sends you the wrong piece for that quadrant, and that's you only have one window you can send it to. That's when pretty much that can be a rage-inducing moment if you're not careful, especially if you're on a streak of making perfect faces. Another thing I want to talk about with the Assembloids is if you haven't heard of this puzzle game, it's not because the developer is lazy or the developer is not trying. I mean, we're talking releases for PC Flash, Atari 2600, Commodore 64, Atari 800XE, Atari ST, the MSX computer, the Roku of all things, the Atari Lynx, and then you have in the works versions for the Watara Supervision and the ZX Spectrum. I mean, come on, the developers doing everything they can here to get this game in front of you, and they're free. I mean, they're not charging anything for this, so I mean, why not grab it? I mean, check it out. Let the developer know what you think of it, and enjoy a free puzzle game. If you have a Watara Supervision, I'm not sure how you're going to play this game. I'm assuming that the developers have other than emulation, of course. I'm assuming they may have some form of capability or have licensed out or working with somebody that can make Watara Supervision cartridges. They may not, considering they do point out. See, where I could have sworn I saw it. Oh no, that was on Wikipedia. I'm sorry. I was going to say that you can use an emulator called MESS to emulate the Watara Supervision, but that was on Wikipedia. That wasn't the developer. Anyway, you can use the emulation to play this game, and if they go with the same release options as they have in the past for other platforms, it'll be free. You can download it from their website at assembloids.de. I'm not sure. I don't think, they may surprise me. There may be a cartridge version released. I'm not sure what what kind of demand there is for a Watara Supervision game in 2019. What is that, 27 years after the thing was originally released? But yeah, let me know what you think of this. I mean, if y'all like these obscure titles, I'll keep making YouTube videos about them. If you want to check out the written article on this, go to readretro.com. It's a site I'm currently contracted to write for, and it's under new management. The scammer don't own it no more. And but yeah, I'll put a link in the description below. Give this video a like, a comment, a share, or whatever. Go over there to Read Retro and read the article, and hey, comment. Give me a comment. Let me know what you think. All right, guys, take care.